Well, today the government announced a quarantine of the West Point slum here in Liberia, and I went to try to get some pictures of what it looked like. There were roadblocks on the way, which were a little tricky to get into, but I was able to pass through, and was there at the entrance to the West Point slum when the Ebola task force, Liberian task force, comprised of health officials and military, they entered the slum to extract the district commissioner who was inside and was being prevented from leaving by local residents. And so they went in for a minor military operation to get her and her family out of that neighborhood, and they had to push all the way through the state to get there. And on the way, they were pushing people back and occasionally beating them with truncheons, and it was quite a scene. The big news here over the weekend was also in the same area where a Ebola isolation ward was overrun by local residents during a big protest. It started a little bit earlier in the day when a Liberian health ministry burial team arrived to collect the bodies of 4 people who died in the neighborhood. And the families of these people insisted that these folks had not died of Ebola and did not want the burial team to take the bodies. And so they wrecked the neighborhood, and people drove out the burial team and the police escort, and the police had to fire shots in the air. And afterwards, the crowd, flushed with its success, really became a mob and marched on the isolation ward, the Ebola isolation ward, and pushed through the gates and told people inside that Ebola was a hoax, and they pulled them out. They pulled these patients out. I saw a terrified little girl being carried in the air by one arm into the crowd, and she was followed by her family. It's a very dicey situation there. It's a very poor community, West Point, with 75,000 people living in very cramped and extremely unsanitary conditions. It's a volatile place. It's known here in Liberia for a fair amount of criminality and violence. You've got 75,000 people who need basic necessities like food and clean water. And so providing these to them while not people come and go is going to be a major operation for the Liberian government.